How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to another podcast with Hot Love of Sports. Again, if you have not yet, please like this video, subscribe to our channel. We do put a good work in. Max does a lot behind the scenes, so
Do you want
please,
Yankee tickets?
please, guys, we're trying to get to the subscription to get 100 subs. We're so close. Again, we do promise you guys to get once we get to 100, we'll do 2 giveaway tickets. Let's get started. Happy Monday, Max. It's why I say Happy Monday is Padres take a 2-3 win in LA. Max, what did you think this was possible, or what was your thinking, your feelings throughout this weekend?
Yeah. I knew this team had the capability. Like we've always said, they have the potential, they have the talent, they have the coaching, they have the fans, they have the demographics. But it's one thing to say, oh, we can play with the Dodgers. It's another thing to beat them in Dodger Stadium.
I think it's a great way to knock on their door, saying, "Hey, we're here. We're not going anywhere." And taking 2 wins in LA, that's just crazy. And the best part, the comeback again. First game was a 7-3, and we came back to win it. Jackson Merrill
Down 0-2.
0-2. Another comeback. Max, talk about that game one at least. Let's go talk about that 8-7 comeback.
Yeah.
Extra innings too.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
I was it's funny, I was in LA actually working my other job. And I saw that we had an early lead 2-1, and then and then we got it to like 3-2.
Right.
And then I was like, what happened? And then it became a home run derby fest.
Yes.
But knowing when it was 7-3, I was like, I felt a little down because like, oh, you don't want to lose this game because it's a huge game. We have an opportunity to get a win in LA. Good thing we ultimately did, but I knew having Tatis and the whole squad is very like more than capable, as you've seen, to come back from 8 runs, which we were at that game.
Yeah, and I think I was watching it. I was like watching a little bit, and then I was like on the phone. And when I saw on the phone 7-3, I'm like, oh my god. But you know what? I didn't give up hope because this is a new year, and the Padres already showed that they can come back. And what they do? Slowly added more runs and more runs.
And on the broadcast, Mike Schilt was saying, or Bob was was talking to Schilt, and they were saying Tatis said like keep fighting, and the Padres didn't give up when they were down 8-0. They didn't pull anyone. They played to the end, and ultimately, Pedro, who pitched in that game, got DFA'd. But this team, like just the way we've started early with the 1-run games and the extra inning game, like we're already 1-0 in extra innings.
Yeah, and extra innings 1-0. What's the record with the 1-run? Is it 2-2 now?
I believe it's 2-2 or 3-2.
Okay, so this looks
above 500.
Looks so much better than we did last year. When I saw the extra innings, my mind like, oh. Just give me that flashback of last year. And I hate saying last year because we don't want to. It's a new season, but you have to kind of have those things, those thoughts, those feelings like, oh no, we're in the same bubble again. But we're not.
When I was at spring training, I saw what this team could be. When I was able to get an autograph from Coach Schilt, you could just tell, we've mentioned this before, but he is like a really outgoing, and he's a guy that holds everyone accountable.
Yeah.
And in the past, Bob Melvin, he would have let them ride through the lineup.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it all on Bob for our misfortunes, but at the same time, nonetheless, the players are playing hard for the new skipper.
Right, correct. And talking about Friday, I forgot the game finished in the 11th inning. So that is saying that hey, we battled through the 10th. We stopped the Dodgers lineup from the first to the second to the third. Like, we were just, like, Mike Shell, amazing pitching, amazing the way he worked the bullpen, because I just felt like that was another problem last year was the bullpen and who's going to be the next runner, which is the last out, this and all this. But it's just crazy how he's like always, the bullpen's like game sevens.
Yeah, and I know Bogarts has had a really tough time with the fans, but recently, let's just did he take like a page out of Juan Soto's playbook of drawing walks?
Right.
Because it sounds like it looks like he's been getting on base, getting runs, and like we don't care how you get them, right?
No,
you cross the plate. We won by 1 run, and that was ultimately the difference. But something else that really pointed out to me is last year there was no chance we win that game if we made 2 errors.
Yeah, and I think we made. Let's see, Friday we made 2 errors. Yep.
Yeah, like and I don't know if Skipper made bench Bogarts just to give him a rest, get him to clear his thoughts, or if it was like more of a performance thing. But nonetheless, he we have so many guys that can step in.
Yeah.
I know, and
I think the Bogarts was Saturday that he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about just so they're clear, that's on Friday, Saturday that Bogarts had the off day.
But did the Padres put America on notice?
I just liked how that if people were watching it, everyone was thinking that Dodgers gonna win, maybe a sweep, maybe a 2-1, but no, like we're here, and especially that's a little bit. We'll go back to Saturday, but Sunday was great when it was Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, and everyone watched that game and were like, dude, it was a crazy comeback again. We were down, we were trailing, and it looked just like, oh my god, here we go again. But again, what looked on Friday, we did it on Sunday. So,
and did we get a tie the franchise record or 15 walks?
Yeah, 13 or 14, 15 walks we had. That was, let's see.
Yeah, like I just saw that it was like a career high for Paxton.
Yeah, so we total. Are you talking about Sunday's game?
Yeah.
So total of walks were. It says 3 for Sunday, but maybe.
Oh no!
For
the pitching for the Dodgers.
Yeah. That is total of. I'll double check again, but yeah, sorry, the whole Dodger.
Yeah, like that was ultimately
14.
Yeah.
14. Yeah.
14. That's just good baseball, and Jake making that diving catch, that really set the tone. Sunday, that was Sunday. Yeah. Laying out, and Darvish striking out Ohtani twice.
It was crazy, right? I'm trying to look right here as we're talking about. So with all the walks, and we won the game, a win is a win, but we left a lot of guys on base, which that kind of worried me a little bit. I'm like, we should have capitalized more on those runs.
And another thing I want to add to that is, I know the Dodgers are baseball's brand, but at the same time, one thing that has me concerned is, like, we couldn't play runners against mediocre pitching.
No.
Because, like, I mean, the fact is their strength is their offense.
Yep.
Their pitching has really taken down a level. I mean, just put facts is that the Dodgers aren't where they want to be.
And I gotta say, I think, people are saying the Dodgers are like a powerhouse, but you have to say, you have Betts, Ohtani, Freeman. Okay, we have to admit it, they're great players, right? Top heavy hitters, offensively, defensively. But after that,
what happened to Taylor and Outman?
I was going to say, after that, you have the middle of the lineup, and they're no offense, but they're not threats.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the Padres won the game, because last time they lost on Saturday is because their bottom of the lineup produced.
Mm-hmm.
But when you stop their bottom of the lineup without producing and just giving them fast outs, we got them.
Yeah, and we took advantage of some miscues.
Yeah.
Like the Outman, he like a Grisham would have caught that center field ball.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of. I know he's in his second year now, still rookie status, I think, but that's a ball where you could really see. Oh, this is a young, inexperienced.
You just see the talent difference. You just see how
and development still getting there. And but like last year, he was like the reason they won 100 game. Part of the reason they were really like he was really like hitting home runs, getting on base. He's just been striking out.
And we played Dodgers how many times? 5 times? The two Korean.
Yeah, 5 times.
And we're 3-2.
Up 500.
On 3-2 with our number one, like who always thinks that they're going to win the division all the time. But 3-2 is crazy. Great stat.
And if you like always hear from what Jake says, like why do we always talk about the Dodgers, respectively? There was a reason to always say that until we proved otherwise.
Yeah, I would like to say I've been looking at the box right now. We have some errors. Again, I forgot how the errors are. I know some from Kim, but we need to clean up the errors because you can't always rely on winning games with errors. We did win those. We did win some games with the errors with the Dodgers, but again, we can't. We take
the win.
We take the win,
and we learn from it.
Yeah, for sure. Max, talk about real quick because I know we're still talking about Dodgers, but Kim, defensively, are you worried yet with these errors? Do you think he has a lot of pressure on him? I know we talked about briefly last episode, but are you okay with him right now doing what he's doing?
Yeah, like it's disappointing that there was a couple games where those mistakes ultimately changed the outcome, but it's a team sport.
Yeah.
We couldn't execute on other assets of the game, and Kim is the reason why we are in where we are and why the fans are so lovely and they travel to LA to watch him.
Yeah. I think Kim. I think give him another. Let's see how he does at the end of April. I mean, we're still like 15 days left, or see how it is. But I think he's gonna pick it up.
And he's picking up a lot of weight.
Yeah, I know, especially on that left side of it. But yeah, they're. I think they did great with the Dodgers, and they're in Milwaukee as we speak right now.
But Milwaukee's no picnic.
No, Milwaukee's another hard team, just like LA is. And Max, if the Padres do win Milwaukee, let's say they win the series. Let's say they win the series. What does this ball club mean to you? Do you feel more confident? Do you feel the same? Do you feel like, okay, I like where we're at? Where do you feel with the Milwaukee win series?
Yeah, because just a week ago, we lost a series against the NL Central Cardinals.
Yeah, and before that, we tied with the San Fran, so we haven't won the series yet,
Yeah. So these are like NL teams that we will probably see again. So you can just see they're playing more confident and loose. Like you're gonna drop a game here and there.
Yeah.
Like win the series. And we're on a 3-game winning streak right now, right?
I'm confirming with that as we speak.
2.
No, we're just a 1-1 streak because we did lose against Saturday, so this is our only one. Yeah.
But like, how long? Maybe look it up, and we can bring it up at the end of the pod. But how long did it take us to win a series last year?
Oh, I have to really look into that one. I'll look into that right now. But I did hear something, but let me confirm with it.
It was not in April, I'll tell you that. But yeah, do you think the Padres have struck gold with their relievers?
I think so. I think our relievers are great. I know the ERA doesn't show it, but it's early because again they if you give up some runs, it's already going up to a 220 ERA. I think they're good.
You know what's something that I really think. Like, so you know how like, at the end of last year, Hader was going for a contract?
Yes.
But you already saw, like, Suarez has already thrown multiple 4-out, 5-game out games.
And it's funny because the way he said Suarez is, he did it in game 1 of the Dodgers on Friday.
Yeah. And you know what's something else, while we have him up talking about him, is Suarez going into the Dodgers game, he threw like 30, 40 consecutive fastballs. You know what that tells me?
Tell me.
That I'm going to tell you what I'm going to throw. I dare you to hit it.
Yeah, beat it.
Just gas.
I think he has like what his other arsenal slider and like a change.
Yeah,
slider.
But they knew that, like for instance, Kike Hernandez.
Yeah,
they knew it was going to be right down the middle.
Stay
fastball.
Back and they couldn't.
And they just whiffed.
Yeah.
That just tells me it's not a lack. I mean, he's gonna have to adjust because someone's gonna get him one day, but that just tells me that he has his spot. Don't break it don't fix it unless you.
Yeah, don't break it. Like don't fix it unless it's broken.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something. Since we're talking about Suarez still, are you afraid that we're using him too much in this early season?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, like I'm like driving back home and I'm like, oh, Suarez got the 4 outs, but then in my mind I'm like, this is awesome, but you know, it's early in the season. We still have all the way till September.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think he might, knock on wood, I hope he doesn't get hurt?
So, I think when we used him, these are games we couldn't afford to lose.
Okay.
Like, for instance, the game 3 of the Cardinals, if we lost, we would have been swept.
Yeah.
The Dodgers game last night, we needed that series win.
Yeah.
And something else that is not out of play is, for instance, El Santos could close one game if Suarez has been pitching too much.
Yeah.
Like we have other guys that close. Like Yuki, for instance, has and he has the all-time leader in Japanese league history in saves. So, like, if we need him to throw a save, like, but yeah, like hopefully we don't have to use him. Hopefully we just start having these more than 4-run wins.
Yeah, and I think we're starting off good, but I think it was just a great proof that hey, we beat the Dodgers 2-1 and we're up in their series with the 3-2.
And let me ask you this. What are your thoughts? I know we have, in the last couple of years, you know, how the NL uses the DH now.
Yeah.
But what is your anticipation when the Blue Jays come to town, our first interleague matchup?
I'm excited. They're coming in Friday. The date is
April 19th?
April 19th, correct, yeah. So that's coming Friday since we were doing this. I'm excited. I know it's going to be a packed house this weekend. And what am I hoping for? I mean, right now the Blue Jays are 8-8, I believe, unless they won today. But last time I saw earlier today, they were 8-8. So a 500 ball club, kind of where we're at right now, right? We're a 500 ball club too. So it's gonna be a good matchup. I mean, again, we'll talk about Milwaukee the next pod. But if Padres can do business, and we're gonna talk about keys how they win, Milwaukee, and they go to Toronto. Dude, like I'm excited. Friday, Saturday, Sunday's gonna be a packed park. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm really excited about that. And what's really nice, like something that we really like that I've started to notice is we went from no pitching to having pitching depth.
Yeah. Because
Waldron is, even though he's taken some losses, that wasn't on him. Like, that's because the offense wasn't pitching. Like, you know those games where Blake Snell pitched out of his mind, but the offense couldn't play it.
Yeah.
But another thing is we had that Dodgers series and no Cease, no Joe.
We had, what was it? First one was King, I believe.
King, and then Waldron and Darvish.
Yeah. And people were saying, oh, we have good matchups. Maybe we'll see what happens in the middle game. But, hey, if you can help your pitchers, I think we'll be good. And that's what happened last year where our pitchers did great, but our no offense. Now we got to make it equal.
We're not out of a game. Like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, but that just makes you feel good knowing, like, if you go into a postseason, like, this team won't give up. And
I think it's, you know, you and I are the way we're talking, and it's true. We're excited for this year. I think we're more excited from this year than last year. Why is that? It's because I feel like it's less pressure, and we're seeing this team form. again, you're not gonna win every ball game. You're gonna win some games as like if like but
I
we
mean,
gotta play a game. I feel like every game is a game 7 because we're trying to get to the postseason this year.
yeah, and we're not. Our goal is not to be a wild card.
No, we want to win the division.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
You've seen it with LA. We gotta play our own game. Let LA play their own game. But when we match again in May, back in Petco, we gotta win those games.
Yeah, and yeah, like there's certain games that will like know that okay, we got the win.
Yeah.
But there's also gonna be games where
we scratch our head like, what the heck just happened?
And you don't want to be thinking about that later.
Yeah.
But something that what's gonna be interesting is we haven't played the Diamondbacks yet.
I know. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Diamondbacks or the Rockies either.
Yeah.
And but other than that, anything else with the Dodgers series before we the next? I'm happy as like the recap guys. I'm happy with what we did. I'm so happy that we won the series because that was a hard one in LA. In my opinion,
it will always be.
It's always going to be in LA. You're always going to hear the chants.
And on top of that, the weather delays.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Max. It's very rare you see in LA that the weather delays. California in general, but I think our team just the pitching was great. Because sometimes it can mess up with their mind. Like you have a date saying, "Hey, this is the time you're pitching," so you're kind of mind to it. But with this rain delay, it's like, "Hey, you're gonna be pushing another hour."
Like, are we gonna be playing today or not? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, like we're gonna be, hopefully we, win the series against the Brewers and, come home to Petco, and yeah.
Yeah, and the next one, guys, we're gonna talk about Brewers' keys to how they win and all that. So thank you for listening to the Dodgers series. Please, again, like, comment, share it with your friends because we really want to get to the 100 subscribers to give you guys 2 free tickets on us. So thank you again, guys.
All right.